guys, it's Brenttime and Rex, and today we have a new Console Killers episode 3 for you guys. We actually have a $600 build, and we are including parts such as the GTX 650 and the AMD FX 6300. So I'm gonna get it started off by saying what we're using as the GPU. As I've already stated, we're using the GTX 650 EVGA version. It is a pretty nice graphics card. I actually have one myself in a second machine that I have used to render before, actually multiple times. It's kind of my off machine. I let other friends and stuff use it, and I think it's a really nice, worth the value card and stuff. And even Rex has used it. And
oh yeah, it's a good card.
yeah,
Definitely a good card.
It definitely, the $116 you spend on it is definitely well worth it, and it will play a lot of games very well, very nice, very smooth. Alright, now we switch over to our CPU, and Rex will tell you a little bit more about
so
this.
a six core processor. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is gonna be kind of a budget build anyway. The AMD FX 6300 should be more than enough for you guys to be gaming.
Now,
Plus 3.5 gigahertz and pushing about 4.1 turbo, and yeah, that's enough for that. Go to the case. It's really all it is.
alright.
And Rose, like, go ahead.
Alright, so with our case, we went with a Rosewell case. Now, I don't have a Rosewell case. I don't have anything Rosewell, so I'm not.
Look, Rosewell, first of all, isn't very good. It's
Power
okay,
supply. Power
but
supply.
exactly, with their power supplies, not so good.
I've heard their cases are good, so
Well,
I
they
did
rule
my
the market.
we did some a little digging on this one, and a lot of people are saying that this is a pretty good case. It's not the best, but it's also only $30. And your case isn't necessarily the most important part on this, because you're probably not going to be overclocking. I guarantee you that. You probably don't even know what that means at this point.
But like the like you really can't get away from Rosewell if you're doing these micro mini towers, whatever, because there's a lot of them. And well, Rosewell, I don't know. They make alright cases, I guess. They're cheap. Anyway, going to the RAM.
Alright.
Alright, we got Corsair 6GB RAM running at 1600. Cast latency 9. Should be enough. Motherboard.
Well, let me just let everyone know. RAM comes to a point where it's just like the more you have isn't necessarily the faster your PC is. 6 gigabytes at 1600 is going to be well over what you need, but it does give you sort of that I want to say like soft zone, so that way you don't have to necessarily upgrade in 2 or 3 years. You can upgrade like 4 or 5 years down the road. As far as I can think, RAM doesn't seem to be taking off, other than there was a study in BF4 for PC that the faster RAM is being better, so that's why we got you 1600 rather than like the standard 1300 that's in most PCs today. And of course there's a good brand, so yeah. We'll move to the motherboard.
And their customer service is great.
Yep. I
saying.
actually had to send back a power supply, and I got it back relatively quickly and without any hassles. I didn't have to jump through too many hoops. I did have to pay for the shipping though, which was kind of a pain in the ass, but whatever. We have an MSI 970A for you. It's an ATX AMD motherboard. Obviously, you need an AMD motherboard to fit your FX 6300, and it does fit it. We did make sure of that.
Another thing I want to say, the DDR3 RAM can be overclocked up to 2133. Just the motherboard can handle that. Not saying you're going to, which wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, your RAM can't be, the RAM that we're giving you can't be necessarily overclocked to that.
Or shouldn't be, at least.
Well, I'm pretty sure it can't be. The reason it says overclocked, it's just like on the motherboard you can overclock your RAM speeds to that.
That's right. Never mind.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking it.
It's alright. Let's go to the hard drive. This is really standard. Like, good lord.
1 terabyte. There you go.
Yeah,
Boom.
1 terabyte hard drive. If you want to get an external, I have an external. I think Rex, you're gonna be getting an external pretty soon here.
Yeah, well, if you're doing LAN parties and stuff, and you got a lot of friends coming over,
I
and you're
recommend the
switching
external.
files,
Yeah, I
that's
recommend the
good.
external. When you have friends over for a LAN party, you know what? It's the Pirate Bay of your neighborhood. Okay, anyway, we switched to our Corsair power supply. Obviously, doing a lot of Corsair promoting here right now. That's kind of odd. But anywho, we're using a 450 watt power supply. That way, you want to upgrade in the future, you have the ability. And like I said, this whole build is actually going to cost you about $595 without taxes. Now, we're going to have a video coming up that will explain exactly why PCs cost so much to even build. A DIY project seems to cost so much money, and we're saying we're console killers. We will have a video that completely explains what we're talking about. Rex, you got any opinions or anything of this entire build? What you think it'll be able to push?
Not much. I just want to say that we were gonna do 400 watts, but we gave you 450 because the minimum of the GTX 650 is 400, and when we say you have room to upgrade, which means not like pushing Crossfire, which I don't even think your motherboard supports, but like
it's not Crossfire, it's just a line.
You can't yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's
used to ATI.
It's alright.
Anyway, like you can't I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what? Never mind.
No. What you're saying is you don't have enough room to do that, but you do have enough room to maybe upgrade to like a GTX 660.
Yeah, but you gotta
possibly
take out your old card. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
you will have to take out your old card. It will not support it. But then again, you can always upgrade your, your power supply again, which is nice. But you won't necessarily be able to fit that 660 into the case. You will have to upgrade your case as well, which is a very unfortunate thing. But we will have more console killers that may include a 660, may include a 7770, may include just other general cards and all that such. But Rex, what do you think they're going to be pushing with this card? We can't really say Battlefield 3 anymore. I mean, that's gone.
If you were doing Battlefield 4, I wouldn't even use that as a benchmark right now because it is new.
I haven't checked it yet, but
yeah,
I'll put in a description if it works, if I check it.
If I were to guess, especially for Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
High, medium, and when I say medium, I mean shadows, maybe like 2 anti-aliasing, like ×2. You're not gonna be doing too much of that because that will kill your performance.
You're in general going to be able to play a lot of the modern
right.
games, and you'll be completely fine. Also, if you want to get an NVIDIA Shield, you have the option to use that with this, which is nice. Alright guys, that concludes this episode of Console Killers. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you do go out and build yourself a PC. Maybe check one of our other episodes if this build does not suit what you want. We will have a mega console killer coming up soon, maybe. And yeah. I'll see you guys later.